welcome to the channel. My name is John. I go by the Ocean Cowboy. Some serious allegations have surfaced against Russel Brand. You may remember Russell from such blockbuster films as, um, um, anyways. He's a former actor comedian who's bought into a number of wild conspiracy theories, of which these allegations have nothing to do with. Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, where my content covers a wide variety of interests. I'm sure at least one will pique your interest. Now, let's get to it. So, the article that covers a lot of the allegations is actually behind a paywall, but this user has been kind enough to share summaries and parts of the article, so we are going to use that, and I will post a link to her profile and to her thread. Three reporters and outlets, years of reporting, and hundreds of sources went into this Russel Brand investigation. One woman alleged she had a 3-month relationship with her when she was 16 and displayed increasingly abusive behavior. The woman said when she was 16, a taxi driver begged her not to go into Brand's house after learning her age. The woman said Brand had her change his name to a woman's name in her phone to deceive her parents. She said he sexually assaulted her. The woman said Brand also kissed her mother without consent after the mother dropped her off, leaving her mother very upset and pleading for her daughter to come home. The woman hopes the age of consent law can be changed from 16 to 18, as it should. Two women interviewed also accused Brand of raping them in his home. In 2007, Brand called the late Jimmy Savile, who has since been exposed for rampant child abuse, and offered to bring Savile his naked assistant. The investigation reviewed workplace allegations involving Brand working for the BBC and Channel 4. One complaint alleged Brand urinated in view of a child who was appearing on behalf of a charity. Brand's response to this story includes broadly denying claims without addressing specific claims, and we are going to watch his denial. In the past, a lawyer for Brand told an alleged victim she was chasing money despite the woman never asking or mentioning money. Quick clarification for tweet above that references two allegations. The screenshot included depicts an incident the woman alleged was not. The first allegation is described in the screenshot below. Trigger warning. The other screenshots describe a second essay allegation. Those are some pretty serious allegations that are normally serious enough as they're on their own, but now we're talking about a minor, a 16-year-old girl, and this man was 30. And of course, these are all alleged crimes. Nothing's been proven yet. I don't even think he's been charged. And before we get to Russel Brand's response, I just want to point this out here that I come across the surfs. The Russel Brand accusations are really bad. They include grooming and a 16-year-old and tons of corroborated testimony, including women who went to crisis centers. There's hundreds of sources cited, and again, was apparently an industry secret everyone knew. Why is it always an industry secret? You know who else was an industry secret? Harvey Weinstein. So I tend to believe the story and the victims. I usually do. It's very rare that you'll hear me say that I believe the accused over the victims, especially when it comes to women coming forward about allegations of this nature. So right now, I will believe the women, but we will see what comes of it, if he's charged, if there's criminal charges, and if he goes to court, and we'll see. So now we're going to listen to Russell's response as well, and I'll have some comments to make during it. Pardon these big headphones, but when I used my little ones earlier, I got some echo, so we're just going to use these for the time being. All right.
Hello there, you awakening wonders. Now, this isn't the
awakening wonders, and he doesn't mean people who are woke.
Usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack, and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received two extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media now.
Okay, why is he talking about not being able to attack mainstream media and that his festival should be stopped? Those are irrelevant to the allegations that are made. You'd think that he'd want to address the actual specific allegations instead of just saying, I deny them. It's kind of telling.
narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute.
What are the allegations that you refute? And again, you think you'd be a little bit more specific, but again, maybe his lawyers have told him, oh, that's a great pause. I'm going to use that for the screenshot. Hold on. Yeah, you think his lawyers maybe told him to say something, but not enough. I don't know. Maybe he's smart enough to realize that if he opens his mouth up too much, that he's going to get in trouble. Not sure. But anyways, sorry about this. Just going to use this for my thumbnail. Anyways, so let's get back to the video here.
These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual.
Consensual or not, 30-year-old male with a 16-year-old girl, that's a no-no, man. You took advantage of her. You use your position of power and authority, if this is true. And I really hope that if it is, or you know what, I just really hope that this is investigated and by police and authorities, and we get some answers, because these are some serious allegations.
I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we...
And this is where it goes off the rails, I think. Another agenda at play sounds conspiracy.
Seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of, and we saw a spate of
Okay, taking ivermectin and promoting it as a drug for fighting COVID is a far cry from the allegation of taking advantage of a 16-year-old girl and picking her. So this is just a false equivalency. This has nothing to do with a targeted attack. Russel Brand is under attack because he is not addressing the allegations, and he's trying to pass the buck as some sort of conspiracy of the mainstream media is out to get him.
Headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out, Russell, they're coming for you.
And here he lays down the foundation that this was inevitable to happen, that they were coming for him all along. So now we can dismiss it as, we saw this was coming, and it's all full of all nonsense, and don't buy into it.
Getting too close to the truth, Russel Brand did not kill himself. I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles. Russel Brand's a conspiracy theorist. Russel Brand's right wing. I'm aware of news media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me, like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices, and I mean my voice along with your voice. I don't mind them using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these two mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack.
So, a coordinated attack by the mainstream media to take Russel Brand down because he's too close to the truth. And I look forward to his claim of witnesses, 2 of them, but we'll find out more. Hopefully there is a criminal investigation.
Now, I don't want to get into this any further because of the serious nature of the allegations, but I feel like I'm being attacked, and plainly they are working very closely together. We are obviously going to look into this matter because it's very, very serious. In the meantime, I want you to stay close, stay awake, but more important than any of that, if you can, please stay free.
I'm not buying it. He failed to address any of the allegations specifically. He just denied any criminal wrongdoing. He claims to have witnesses that have not come forward, nor has anybody mentioned these witnesses besides him. It really sounds like he's trying to dismiss these allegations as some sort of conspiracy to get him. Personally, my thought is the allegations are probably more likely to be true than not, just based on the history of when we hear it's been an industry secret. Like I said, Harvey Weinstein was an industry secret. Um, this would really come as no surprise to me. So hopefully there is a criminal investigation, especially when it comes to the allegations coming from a minor. I think that anytime there's allegations like that made by a minor, that it should be an automatic investigation into the matter to find out if criminal charges are necessary. So we'll keep an eye on this story and we'll update as more comes out. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Again, if you could hit that like button, it really helps the algorithm. And if you like today's video or some of the other videos I have, please subscribe. And if you want to turn on those alerts for notifications when I upload new videos, I try to upload them 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. Thanks for joining me today on the Ocean Cowboy, and we'll see you next time.